Alright, let's get to it. Saw this video because I know about the situation with Scream, if you must know, has been confirming that Campbell is gonna be in Scream 7. Now, you know what I feel about the Scream franchise. I've made multiple videos in the past about it, and I stick to those guns as well. And I don't like how, I'm just gonna put straight out there, I like the title. Props to the YouTube. I like the title, because people say it's toxic, and I say if you're real, we all toxic. If you're internet personality, then but I'm gonna watch this video and see how it goes out.
I was gonna record a video right after I heard the news, but then I decided to take a nice long drive, and I have some things to say.
Yeah, nice intro.
What's up, guys? I literally just posted, I think yesterday on X, Sidney Prescott, that's the tweet.
Boo! Sorry. If I want him to mention the actual physics here of why Campbell didn't really go into Scream, but now she is. Because apparently, she said the money wasn't good enough. That means they offered her money and it wasn't good enough. That was the solid word out of her mouth. In general. Now, I'm supposed to be happy for Sydney, let's just say Sydney, the character, to come back into Scream. I'm not. Because the fact is, she's already said, the money wasn't enough. Meaning is they didn't offer, Spyglass didn't offer enough money? You mean you wouldn't have took it? How much money did they offer you? I bet it was in the millions. But you know what's going to happen now? They're going to offer double the amount is what Scream 6 got to her. So, I'm going to see what he says. Yeah.
And then here it is the next day. Neve Campbell, she makes a post on Instagram stating that she's coming back to the Scream franchise, Scream 7. I'm not going to read the whole bloody disgusting report for you. You all have read it probably a couple of times. But the gist of it is, it's official. Neve Campbell is coming back for Scream 7, and also Kevin Williamson is directing the movie, which I think is a good thing.
Can I just say, I love the masks in your background. I'm sorry it's a different topic, but I love the vibe and I love the intro. I'm just one of those guys. Now, as you know, I don't hold anything back. I'm an unfiltered reviewer, an unfiltered, and I get called toxic and stuff, and I said everybody is toxic. It's just overly toxic. And I have seen someone else do a video, and I want to address them. I want to address that video, but I saw this video first, and I love the title.
But the script is going to be written by Guy Busick, from a story by Guy Busick and James Vanderbilt. I should be ecstatic about this news.
Correct.
And let me just put this out there right now. I hold no ill will, zero ill will to Neve Campbell at all. She wanted to be in Scream 6. She was asking what she was worth, and Spyglass Entertainment pretty much told her she's not worth it.
That was one of the main stories, it is. And then she was saying to random people that they didn't offer her enough. So that was only part of the story. That's the first part of the story. The second part is when she started going around in interviews and said, they didn't offer me enough money. Like, if that was the key on the first situation, why would she say that? Do you know what I mean? I'm not defending Campbell. I'm sorry, no one should be defending her. No one. Absolutely no one. Because if you basically going into this franchise with Spyglass, you already known about the Melissa situation. You already known about the Jenna situation. Well, Jenna doesn't really matter because she was leaving A-Roads for Wednesday series 2. You know, so really, but she still backed up Melissa. The fact is that I'll give a reason why I think, you know, Campbell should have defended Melissa and should have said, hey, this is what you should have said, hey, I'm not going to sign anything or do anything unless you bring Melissa back. And I'll say this multiple times, and you imagine how it happened like that. You could have followed things through from Scream 6, have Melissa turn into this twisted killer, which we don't know about, and have Stu as the second killer coming back as well, and then Sydney would be there, and it would be a Holly bluster of awesomeness. No problems. No problems. But no, she snatched it. Look how quick she snatched the contract, the script, and everything, and say, guess what, everybody? Guess what? Oh, for my Instagram. Exactly. She put it straight on her Instagram. That's why she's getting the backlash and hate. But there's people gaslighting. People defending her. I'm not defending her. I'm sorry. I can't. She's known about the situation, and she still took that money. She still, you know, I mean, a lot of people would. Don't get me wrong. But she knew Melissa. This is what they're saying. They hung out. There's photos of them. You know, there's photos of them both out there. You see them together. And you tell me that Campbell's done, unless Melissa says it's alright, then it's alright. But Melissa hasn't really said anything. And I'm not even on social media, but my friend is. So he's going to try and keep an eye out for me, you know. But the reason why I'm not on social media, because I'm too real. I'm too real, and I don't go delusional like these fanboy fangirls and have clouds in their, you know, in their heads and stuff like that. Yeah.
So now she's going to be in this movie, and I think there's a reason, because I think Spyglass Entertainment is trying to save face. Melissa Barrera just recently, last weekend, was at a con, and she expressed that she would be more than happy, and I'm paraphrasing, to come back to this franchise. But under one condition, that Spyglass would be no part of it, that they would sell the rights. Now, I don't know how...
Now, see, that would be a great idea. That would be and A24 taking it. Oh, hell, even Blumhouse. Yeah, I know we have some bad movies, but imagine A24 taking Scream. Oh, oh, scream like a little girl, because, that shit would be hot. That would be shit hot fire before you even know the cast, But Spyglass is digging deep for money. And they've obviously begged Campbell. And Campbell has said, give me double amount what Scream 6 made. That's all it's done, mate. And Campbell's just took it. Not like I've seen Campbell, sorry, in any other programs, any other, movies, Like I said, no one should be defending. If you want to see Scream 7, that's fine. Totally fine. Because some people won't know the situation, and they'll just go into a movie that they like, a horror movie like Scream. And that's totally fine. That's totally fine. But if you know about the situation, you can't defend. Even if it wasn't Campbell, it could have been someone else. I wouldn't defend them. At all. 110% not defending them.
How, strict she is to those conditions. Yeah. Maybe they could get into a room and time can heal the wounds, and then maybe she could eventually come back. I don't think the door is officially closed to Melissa Barrera. I curse in my videos from time to time. I'm not against it. But sometimes I think it just really helps to get the message across. And this is the message
Thank you.
I want to make in this video. Fuck you, Spyglass. Seriously. For putting Neve Campbell in this situation, who I don't have official sources on this, but I believe Neve Campbell did try to get Melissa Barrera in a room. They might have gotten into a room. But for whatever reason, Melissa Barrera, she's just not comfortable with coming back, and I fully respect her for that. Whether you did...
I don't believe that. I don't believe that 110%, because if that was the case, Campbell wouldn't have took it. Campbell wouldn't have took it. She would have defended Melissa on the situation as well, on how Spyglass is fucking up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I am not defending Campbell. I don't believe that for a second. They've had Melissa in a room. I think it's just been an interview or something, and she's just said straight out multiple times saying I would come back if another company took it, and I think they should have sold it. I think they should have sold the rights, not just for Melissa's sake, for the franchise sake as well, because it's getting horrendous at this point. For the last, 7 months, this has been horrendous. I haven't talked about it as much, but you get the simps and shit like that for Campbell, and people's defending her. Congratulations. I'm saying, no, don't. Why? I get it, the classical movies said it best. Should have stopped at 4 to me. But it was a nice change of pace to have, her there, Melissa. But at the same time, kicking her and firing her just for freedom of speech. And then all of a sudden, months later, Campbell's crawling like this, saying, oh, goody. I don't believe they had Melissa in the room. I don't believe that. I believe Spyglass. This is what I truly believe. trust me, bro, this is what I'm going with. But when I say the trust me, bro situation, you're like, you know what? That actually makes fucking sense. So I'm going to go, trust me, bro, on this. I think Spyglass's begged Campbell to come back. Campbell's already refused as we speak. But I think they've said the double of the amount what Scream 6 has made. And she's took it. With no hesitation. Soon as she got the script, blasted it on Instagram, saying she's got the role. And not gives a fuck, and puts the fingers up to everybody who's doesn't support her. Like a sellout. I don't believe they've had them in the room. I don't believe it, because Melissa would have absolutely flipped. You know, Jenna defended Melissa, even though she had to leave and wasn't really going to be in Scream 7, I think, because of Wednesday. She still defended, so even if she didn't have Wednesday, she would have left. And she did leave, didn't she? She did leave. So why did Campbell not do the same? Why did Campbell not just say, fuck you, Spyglass, I'd rather have another company do it? Sell your rights. No, I want to take your money. Exactly.
Disagree or not with Melissa Barrera, I don't think it really even matters, because when somebody is literally just asking for to stop suffering, to stop the suffering, that's literally what she's asking for. And I think there's worse things to ask for. I think there are less safe causes out there to fight against, and for them to jump the gun and fire her to begin with, I'm not going to go too deep into that. We've had that video before, we've had that discussion, but Spyglass made this decision to flex and say, you're fired for what happened. And because of that decision, of course, Melissa Barrera has a lot of backers, as she should. And a lot of people were saying, you know what, fuck you, Scream franchise, which I don't know if they should be saying that, but
I think they should be saying that. Like, fuck you, Spyglass, fuck you, Scream, fuck you, Campbell. That's what they should be. All the free fucks in general. And if Stu comes back into it, he's doing the same fucking thing. Because why did he not come back earlier? They trying to bring back the classical days, and it doesn't work. We've tried this in multiple movies, and it doesn't work. This is why these people who's defending Scream 7, I would love them if the movie flopped to try and defend it, how good it was. Because then you would know they would be exposed, knowing that they don't know what's right and wrong when it comes to the classics, like Scream franchise itself.
They were definitely saying, fuck you, Spyglass. So what is Spyglass doing now? This is my opinion. I think they're going to pay Neve Campbell what she wanted in the first place. And
yeah, double the amount. Double the amount that Scream 6 got. There's no way they're going with the same amount. They might triple it. They might triple it. Not like I said, anybody is going to refuse, because a lot of people would accept that. But the thing is, Campbell knows the situation with Spyglass, and she's still going ahead. That's why this backlash is deserved, because the people who's commenting, have you seen the comments? How brutal of logic they actually been. My friend screenshotted some to me, and because he's on social media, and I think there was one that basically said, out the blue, just a cash grabbing something, you know. Where's all the respect gone? Something like that, some down the line. I forgot what it said. It's about respect. And with you being an actor for a franchise like Scream, from the classics 1 to 4, Campbell should know more. She should know that if another company took this movie on, she would be getting 10 times the amount. And Melissa, too. Think about that for a second. Hell, Blumhouse. I know they have a bad track record lately, but I'm pretty sure they'll put a massive effort in. I mean, look at Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, it wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but they went with the fans. And guess what happened? So you imagine if it went with Scream fans, but add Melissa to it. That's what Blumhouse would have done. A24, I think they would have just took it to another level. I think. Like, they've had their moments of flaws, but they 10 times would have done it a lot better. This is what you have to consider. People are taking the lower ground and accepting and go, oh, I'm so excited for this, like a little kid. And you can't be excited. He's just said in the video, I should be excited. And you're right, he's right, he should be excited. But deep down, because he'll probably wouldn't want to say it, so I'll say it for him, straight out, that even though he might be defending Campbell a little bit, I don't know, or he might be just scared to say it, but I can't defend Scream 7. No one. In the humanity mind, it's because it hasn't got to just do with Melissa. It has to do with the franchise itself. It's dying, slowly melting away. It is. I'm sorry, but it is.
And, you know, God bless Neve Campbell for taking that paycheck. God bless her as much as possible. But this is just Spyglass trying to save face and get on the good side of fans. Because they don't just have Scream, they have other properties too. They just had Thanksgiving. You know, life goes on, movies are made, and we're all in a bubble, and it might not even matter anyway. And I think Scream 7... if it's a good movie, it'll be a hit. And am I boycotting Scream 7? No, I'm not. I'm here to support Neve Campbell, of course.
I wouldn't support her. I can't support someone who basically knows the situation with Spyglass and then go with them to make a movie because you want to make a quick buck. And after all this time, yes, one part of the story, but the other story is she went on an interview and said straight out they didn't offer enough money. That was the straight words that came out of her mouth, and that's when people were like, okay, then how much? And there was nothing being said. So it turns out like the two different stories is, it's either of how much you're worth, and Spyglass said, you know what, you're not. But why would she say on an interview, saying they didn't offer her enough? Do you say that from her mouth? So, to me, I believe what she says. I believe what she would say that. Because she's took this role for money. Despite, you know, what's been going on. And it's such a shame. It's just a shame that we I want to really rant on so bad, but I have another video probably for that sake. But besides this, he is right. Fuck Spike. Case, but firing Melissa gave the huge bad name. And doing this a few months later is making Spyglass desperate. It's making Spyglass desperate. And yeah.
But it does leave a bad stain on the whole thing. And yes. I hate that Neve Campbell can't be celebrated appropriately like she should be. Just because of, I'm going to say, the fuck up that Spyglass made in this situation. So I'm not going to waste any more of your time. I think you know how I feel about this situation. It's an ugly situation, and it's a shame. And even when we go and sit in the theater to watch Scream 7, and if the trailer's like the greatest freaking trailer you've seen in years, there's still going to be just that little bit of a stain.
But who's going to be going to the cinema to see it? I won't. Fuck that. I'm not giving them money. Why should I give them money? This is the problem with society today. You do whatever you want with your money, but why the fuck should I give them money? Hell, I'll watch it for free. You mateys. Are you ready? Get that reference? You get that reference? Like, you know what I'm getting at. You know what I'm getting. It's gonna, are you ready? Let's go online and get that Scream 7 movie. There's no one. The only is the delusional fans that's really just gonna watch this to believe the man's like, oh. That's the only reason. If reviewers are going to see this movie and you fangirling over the fact, Jesus, and then it comes out as a flop, but he's just said there, probably put the nail in the coffin of Scream. Even if you sit there and you see the hype, you're still going to have that bitter taste, because this is what I'm saying, and the reality is it's a gaslighting situation. It's like everybody, Campbell, Spyglass, have gaslighted 5 and 6. It doesn't matter. They didn't exist. Them movies don't exist. Really? Apparently, I've pretty much watched 5 and 6. And that's what a delusional fan base of Scream does. But this isn't just Scream. There's also delusional people in other franchises. Look at Halloween. Oh God, don't get me started with that one. Oh fuck, no, no. Exactly. They could have just made it a few years later when Campbell could come back, have grey hair, and make a better movie than the Halloween Ends was. That would have made more sense to me, you know. Again, like I said, I've already said this, so. But guys, what do you think in the chat? I have to start laughing. Are you going to see? But even if it is a hit, which I pretty much it will do, it always has to do with people. The people always make the wrong decision. And this is why companies like this take that little bit of advantage. Because they know getting the money. Guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below.